This video comes to you from Gongaii Games, your source for Star Wars Destiny singles, sealed product, and tons of other great games. Check them out at gongaii.com. Use discount code COMMANDO10 at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Hello everyone, welcome to Dice Commando. This is round 1 of today's standard tournament here at Gongaii Games in Portland, Oregon, USA. On our left we have Mike. He's playing Legacy's Obi-Wan and R2-D2. He's on Obi-Wan's hut. And on the right we have Enzo. Enzo's playing a Padme, Cassian, double down, and he of course is on the Salt Flats because both of his characters are leaders. So we'll do the roll off here. I think probably Padme gets this one. 6 to 7, yeah, Padme does get it, but barely. Obi's 3s are huge, of course, but he has all those one sides with the shield. So I think Padme, Cassian, well, actually, I guess R2 and Cassian are actually the same on the roll-off. So actually, Obi might have actually been. Either way. Enzo wins the roll-off, chooses his. One shield goes onto Obi, one onto R2, and then Enzo opens us up with a suppressive fire. Goes to Mike here. We do see a Yoda spirit in his hand, which is an interesting include. Does have focus. It's good on the special for a 3 unblockable. But he's going to roll in Obi first. He'll give a character a shield as per Obi's ability. Rolls money, money. And then it'll go back to Enzo. Can Enzo pick? He can. Yep. We do know that that's his 3 of in this deck. He's running 3 easy pickings. I'm not sure what the other one is. Back to Mike here. Just lost his major damage output for the turn, so maybe it turns into a ramp turn for him. Alright, yeah, he just goes into Yoda Spirit. Alright, Padme coming in to focus and is that a 3 or a 2? It's a 2 and a 2. Alright, Yoda coming in with a 1 focus. Now do note that's the top side, so that's what R2 would go into anyway. Alright, Cassian with a blank and a discard, however that won't necessarily matter with the focus. And then we have R2 coming in, and Mike will get to flip to a top side. He'll flip, does he flip the disrupt or the shield is the question. Okay, goes to the 1 on the shield. Yeah, so Enzo owns the battlefield, so there's a trigger ordering there with suppressive fire, right? Enzo can make Mike do his flip before he triggers suppressive. Okay, yeah, I think that's what the discussion is about, but I mean, Enzo wants it to happen the way it went down, right? He wants Mike to flip first, and then he wants to pull the trigger, if he wants to waste the 1 to remove. I don't know that it's actually worth it, but if there was a discussion there, I think Mike might have mind gamed Enzo into taking it. But all right, so there's a impulsive, so resolve 1 die with ambush, so resolves the 2 focus to flip into the 2 Cassian guns, so 4 total, 2 net go into Obi-Wan with 2 indirect splash. I assume, of course, that he's not milling here. Looks like Mike is still digging for tokens, so yes, was the indirect. Okay, and then both the indirect go on to R2 for 1 net. Do note that that was 2 instances of 1 indirect. So okay, so we get a pacify for the 2 focus on Padme, and she'll gain the 2 shield tokens, those little clone helmets there. Enzo's action here. He does still have Salt Flats. Okay, so he passes. Mike gets, oh, not bad. I mean, I guess that's actually only worth 2, so. It's hard sometimes when you're doing the top down on both sides, forget that focus is an indirect on both sides. Alright, so there's a power action to blank, and then Mike will focus right back into it, I'm sure. Yep. At least made him burn the die, I suppose, and then Enzo can claim. Oh, hasty exits it. Gives Mike control of the battlefield. Mike claims, and then we'll go on to the next round. But Enzo got out of that with a ton of removal. Hasty exit's not a card we see a ton of anymore, but it's still pretty good. So we see Mike checking the discard there. I think he's trying to figure out what the 3 ofs are. Okay, Mike dropped down, so he just drew 5. And then Mike will get us started, actually. All right, so Mike getting us to, so we do see an Ataru, we see a Dagger Mortis. That might have been 2 Atarus. All right, so he's going to lead with Yodas, it looks like. He does, leads with Yodas, gets the 2 shield. Right, there's the suppressive goes down, that'll help control. Now Mike owns the battlefield this time in terms of ordering, so he can force Enzo to remove before he flips R2. Assuming, of course, that that's relevant on R2. If he's flipping OB, it's already in the pool. Okay, now that's an interesting choice. So that comes down on the mark, and it allows Enzo to resolve his indirect as direct. I think that's poor sequencing, though. I think he wants to drop that later once he actually has it in the pool. But all right, so here comes Padme. Gets a 2 and a blank. So that's 2 direct damage right now. All right, binds for 1. Cassian coming in. Okay, does not hit. Now do note that Cassian's splash indirect does not resolve as direct with on the hunt. It's not the way it works. All right, so Mike drops his money for the turn with the binds activation for the Dagger Mortis. He had gotten the extra money from the adapt, removing his shield. All right, goes to the 3 most likely, and then a 2. Does he do the discard or the money? Okay, flips the money. Yep, salt flats the blank, the 3. Yep. Pitch to reroll, I'm sure, here. And he doesn't. He discards. Michael will be left with 1 card. Oh, gets the Ataru strike. Mike did not want to see that go away. Then the 1 indirect goes into R2. Mike will bring in Obi-Wan. Should grab a shield. There he does. Nicely done. And that's pretty good, so I'm sure that there'll be a suppressive there. 100% of suppressiving there, right? Oh yeah, I guess not. Not if that's in your hand. That works. Absolutely works. So that's basically 2 turns erased here by Enzo. However, he hasn't been able to punch through much damage. Right, might go ahead and resolves the Dagger Mortis into Cassian for 2. 8 health remaining there. We have a pitch to reroll. I think Enzo needs to just shoot first. It's not going to pair with anything, so. Alright, rerolls first. Alright, there's 3 direct damage. Alright, R2 comes in. Mike will get to flip, but he can make Enzo choose to resolve first. So there's a 2. I mean, rolls into that. There's no reason for Enzo not to remove the 2. It won't. Yeah, the ordering to here doesn't matter because the 2 rolled natural, right? So. Okay, so yep, 2 goes away, spends his money, goes back to Mike. Oh yeah, sorry. That was that's a react. My bad. All right, so yeah, did he just resolve? Oh yeah, it's range. So those, yep, sorry. Those absolute, that's correct play. Those absolutely can be resolved together. Then the splash goes into R2. Sorry, when I was saying directed damage from the hunt, it was ranged. All right, so Mike actually claims, stays in front, leaves the 1 out there. Enzo's doing okay here. The problem with this deck that Mike plays is that it can just kind of dirtle around and tank up and kind of ping through until it rolls 8 damage, right? That's just kind of what it does. So Enzo needs to be very careful here because he can just suddenly evaporate one of his characters. So Michael, start us off again. We do see the Loth Wolf bond in his hand, which I'm sure, yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. So that's a huge swing, right? So for 1, Both characters get a shield, and then both come in, and Obi gives another shield. And he activates Obi first, of course, because then R2 can follow and flip. So we already have damage on. Oh yeah, see, this is what happens. It's just already a huge damage turn. So, right, and then R2 comes in with a 1. Mike will have to be careful not to get picked again. But so it's interesting because Mike's showing the 3 for 1 there on Obi. I think I might actually flip the 3 side, or sorry, to the top side on that one instead, and not have to worry about the pay. And then you don't walk into a pickings if Enzo has a third one, right? Obviously, if you just flip to it and Enzo can't do anything about it, then it's pretty massive, but... Oh, looks like he might be thinking about flipping the R2 blank to a 1 and trying to bait out the pickings there. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Enzo shouldn't waste an easy pickings on those 2 1s. Okay, so it is Enzo. We see Enzo kind of sitting back in his chair thinking here. Maybe he has exactly the scenario that we're talking about. Okay, that's actually not the case. So he's going to entangle the 2 and the Obi die. Okay, so it gets rid of the dagger and Obi's other die, which was a shield, but could have become something worse, I suppose. And now Mike can hit for 5, but then he'll be out of die. Well, actually, that's not true. He's still got Yoda. It looks like he's just going to put it in, right? So 5 going to Cassian there. And then Padme comes in. 1 focus. Okay, not great there. Enzo still has no upgrades on the table. He's been able to avoid all the damage by paying for removal, but that doesn't let him get dice on the table. So I think he's going to start losing this battle here real quick. Alright, so it looks like Mike's going to roll in the special. Or sorry, oh yeah, okay. Roll in Yoda's into a special. And I don't think there's any control. That'll actually kill Cassian. No hasty exit there because it's not showing damage. So, oh, and he doesn't own the battlefield anyway. So, alright, gains $1. It's going to be too late though. Yep. So now Yoda's Spirit as part of that 3 unblockable though gets shuffled back into the deck, which really stinks. But obviously the 3 unblockable on a single special for no cost would be broken otherwise, right? But now I think this game's all but over. Enzo without dice is going to be up a creek here. Alright, so there's 1, takes off the shield on R2. Oh, A99, that would have been useful earlier with the Cassian damage, but let's Enzo claim, and I think Mike probably is done. Mike's not really in a rush here. He's well ahead here. Still needs to do 12 damage to win, but Padme's going to have a hard time making up the gap. Right, yep, so we'll go on to the next round. Enzo will get us started. Now you can potentially Padme's Starship here, something just to get extra dice on the table. That Starship does, well, let's see if he gets it or not before we go and explain it. But that would be about his big play here, and I don't even know if that's enough. Yeah, he's thinking it over here. Wait, I don't understand. Did Enzo pass? Okay, well, either way, Loth Wolf for shields apiece, and then Obi comes in giving a shield and rolls hot again. Rolls really hot. I don't understand. Did Enzo not have... Alright. Yeah, he must have passed. He must have passed trying to set up the Hans Blaster, so... Yeah, Mike gets to choose which die to remove. Yeah, so remove the 1, and then... allows for activation, but Mike will get to hit here. And he can pay for it, so I don't think there's any reason Mike doesn't. Yep, so there's 9. Or not, maybe? Yeah, so take 7 net, she'll have 3 health left. She can go ahead and flip some indirect and maybe some die here, but it is not going to be enough. No, it's got to be a leader die, Enzo. Leader die to any side or another die to a blank. No, guys. Alright, there we go. Alright, goes into 3. Probably should have used that defensively instead of offensively. It's a blank, yep. Alright, so he's just going to focus it in. 3 in the 3, I'm sure. Yep. Yep. Mike claims, so there's the 3 indirect. Takes 1 on the breather. Oh, opens up R2 for a hit. Okay. And then we'll go into the next round, I assume, which should pretty easily be the last round here, I would assume. Mike should be able to drop this pretty easy with the R2 flip. He is at a Lothwolf, but Lothwolf is so huge for Mike just because, like, I know there's no action sheet there in terms of like a tactical mastery or seize the day like we normally see, but being able to put that number of dice in the pool with the +2 shields is pretty good. Just makes it very hard to respond when you get the flip also. Okay, so Obi coming in. Okay, showing lethal. Yep, alright, Enzo reaches and shakes. Alright, nicely done, Mike, for the round 1 win. If you like what we're doing here on the Dice Commando channel, please show your support with a like and a subscribe. Please remember to keep all comments civil and constructive and to help us continue to grow this amazing community. Thank you for watching Dice Commando.
Hey, this is Jeremy. Thanks for watching Dice Commando. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching today.